Okie dokie. This is old Pawpaw here. I'm gonna make 2-ingredient biscuits. I've been seeing on YouTube. I'm saying these people are wild on YouTube, boy. I ain't lying. Okay, these scoops is about a cup. I can prove it to you, but just trust me. Alright, so 2 cups of self-rising white lily. That's what that is. And I'm gonna put some Crisco grease on this here pie pan right here, like that. Okay. And this is my grandmother's. My grandmother was born in 1898. She got married on 1925 on Christmas Day to my grandpa, who was the local school teacher and mailman. On a truck, stopped the train and got married. True story. My great grandpa was in the Civil War. Alright, so that right there is a self-rising white lily. To that, we're going to add heavy whipping cream. Get out the ancient Chinese spoon. You gotta have, this won't work unless you got the ancient Chinese spoon. I'm gonna tell you that right now. But you gotta make a hole in the middle. I never have made this recipe, but I make a lot of biscuits. So anything that make my life easier, I tried it out one time, but this probably gonna cost, this here little old thing of cream was about, you know, over $3, so that's kind of a extravagant thing. But anyway, what you want to do is use that spoon underneath and go underneath. It would have been helping me out too if I would have sifted this, and I meant to do it, but I'm on the fly here. I'm in a rush for time, and so I'm gonna just, what you do is you add in a little bit. You can't go by a recipe. You can't measure this. I'll tell you that right now. I am going up underneath the flour. I'm not compressing it or anything. All I'm doing is I'm going up underneath it. And I'm going to keep doing that until this turns into something that I can make biscuits out of. That's my first attempt at this. But I've thought about it and watched a lot of videos, so that makes me an authority. I'm a YouTube freak. I got my own YouTube channel. I got over 1,000 videos. I mostly do DIY. I like watching engine rebuilding and boring stuff like that. But every now and then I wash the spark plug grease off my hands and have to cook too, because I'm the only one around here that cooks. So it's nice to know. That's looking like it's turning into something decent. Still a little crumbly, but I'm going to spread this all out right here. Now that used up about half of that, so I can do another batch. Alright, now I'm going to use this right here to get it on my hand, get this on my hand. I'm going to wiggle it around like that, pat it down. I don't want the bottoms of them to be all falling apart like that, so pat it down one more time like that. Well, I remember fetching stove wood for my grandma when I was up in the country. She lived in a house that was built in 1851. My grandmama did. And they had a separate kitchen from the rest of the house with a wood stove. Back porch had wood stacked, piled up on it. And we would go out and, you know, go out and chop wood, bang it into it. And it's my job to keep that wood crib full. And also add in a stick of wood. And I will kick myself in the butt right now because I did not watch her. And they had a cow, you know. They had a cow. I'm going to try to make it like that. See how many I can get. My uncle would go out and milk that cow. I couldn't milk a cow for nothing. He tried getting milk out of a cow. I don't know if he could do it just so easy. But they would bring that milk in there and put it in blue mason jars. Keep it in the fridge. They didn't never get electricity hooked to that house until Mama had my sister. She refused to go up there and visit Grandma because they didn't have nowhere to keep the milk for the baby. So they had the house wired up. Now this is not coming out right. This is not doing for me. I think my first. Now I've seen these gals making these biscuits, and they just murdered their dough. And them biscuits come out looking nice every time. Come on. Ooh boy, that's looking better. Look at that. It's got to go. If you don't do it, you look, it's dough. It's not done. You can start back. You're not stuck on that. If that don't look right. Wow, that looks better. See that? My grandma cooked some of the best food. She didn't have no thermometer on her stove. Her stove ran off wood. Boy, they kept the old 200-year-old table full of sour milk. And she could make the best cornbread. I'm going to tell you what, I'm going to tighten all them biscuits up. I'm going to get them all close together like that as I can. Because they say just to put them in there tight as you can together. And so that's going to be it. That's the final product. We're going in the oven now, 400 degrees for about 15 minutes. Well, sir, that's lunch. We got to let them cool off. We got some taters, cheese, egg, bacon, and a banana. Oh yeah, let's get a shot. Yeah, man. Hadn't tasted it yet. Too hot to taste. Gotta serve Grandma her food. I got a feeling these are going to taste a whole lot like Grandma's up in the country that she cooked in the wood stove. We'll find out. I'll get me a little taste and just see what it tastes like. That's pretty decent. It's healthier. No grease in it. Look at that. I can go along with that. Look at it all falling apart like that. You know what that's begging for? Good old lashes syrup. Yes, ma'am. Yum, yum. Charlie wing.